Hello and welcome to step 8 in our series of Get Quantum Leap. Today's subject is very important. It's protecting yourself and your business. Well, as real estate investor, we are exposed to a lot of lawsuits. Let's look at some of them. Here are some risks that we can face as investor: personal injury, battery, sexual harassment, fire claim, toxic mold. Oh man, this one is a dangerous one. Well, I had someone who told me this story, and I'm just reading to you. He had received a letter from an attorney representing one of his tenants. The letter claimed that the property had become unhabitable due to black mold that was present when the tenant moved in. The mold had grown at an alarming rate. Uh, the vacating tenant was 5 months pregnant, and her doctor claimed that the mold was the likely cause of the complication that she was experiencing. What will you do if you receive a letter like that? You see, toxic mold. You have to protect yourself the right way. Lead-based paint, asbestos, discrimination, regulatory, predatory lending suit. You can be victim of all kind of risk. But here is how we made a mistake as investor. We do not protect ourselves properly. We take title in our own name. We take title as a DBA, which stands for doing business as, or a fictitious name. We take title in a general partnership name. We put our rental property in C corporation, in S corporation instead of an LLC. We take title in a limited liability partnership. And we also believe that land trusts are the ultimate protection. They are not, we see. What should we do? First, have a good liability insurance. That is really the front line of protection, and we forget about it pretty easily. But a good insurance policy and an umbrella insurance policy will provide us with the first defense against claim. Think about that. A good insurance coverage will get you the money source, not yours, but the insurance one, to settle a claim and to avoid the risk of an award above the policy coverage limit. So that's what an umbrella policy would do for that. So that's the first defense, a good liability insurance. What is the second one? Well, you have to separate everything from yourself. How? Let's take the rental properties. The rental properties have to be an LLC. I prefer a manager managed LLC. There is a difference. It's not a course on LLC. There's a difference. There is a difference between a manager LLC, which is only the managers listed, the Secretary of State, or a member managed LLC. I prefer the manager LLC. So your rental property should be in LLC. Your quick turn properties are the one you wholesale, the one you fix up and you sell. Those property have to be in. It can be in a corporation. And let me come back to this one for a second. This corporation. There is something called a dealer status. A dealer status, if you are classified, or if your corporation is classified as dealer, well, that means that there are some benefits you cannot claim. For instance, a 1031 exchange, you cannot take a loan depreciation. So you want to put all your properties that you quick turn, you want to put that in an LLC, in a corporation, a C corporation, S corporation. So that is for the corporation. What about land trust? Well, you can keep your rental property instead of just get rid of this one. Instead of just using an LLC, you can put it into a land trust, then make the LLC the beneficiary. So it's protected. But the mistake you don't want to make is to think that, well, because it's a land trust, then you are completely protected. A land trust is like like a smoke around who own the property really. That's why when I put a property in a land trust, I know that a good attorney can really see through. But it's a good smoke enough, maybe. So like if someone is just going to sue you, we say, well, it's an land trust, maybe it's not pursue it. So, but I will make my LLC a beneficiary. Now, what about when you refinance a property? Well, when you refinance a property, you can go back and pull the property in an LLC. So you go back and you deed the property to your LLC. So if you follow me here, your rental property, your long-term hold property should be in an LLC. That is a rule. All right. How many property do you have in an LLC? Well, as many as you are comfortable with. 3, 10. Well, if 3 make it 250,000, maybe you can create another LLC for another 3. Sometimes you may be in an area where 3 rental properties are going for 50,000 or each, so it's 150. So you can have maybe 10. That's $500,000 liability there, because if one property got sued, so that is the whole LLC got sued. So as many as you want, so you can have 2, 3, 4 LLCs depending on how many property you have. For instance, the yellow taxi in New York, each one of them are in one separate LLC for protection purposes. Now, your own house, what do you do there? Well, there are a lot of benefits coming with your name if you are the one who own the property. For instance, homestead exemption and taxes. So if you choose to have your own house in your own name, here's what you do. If you pay it off, if you pay completely the house off, or you want to pay it off, why not put a good HELOC, which is home equity line of credit that you put. Let's say your house worth 500,000, right? You want to pay it off completely. Yeah, go ahead and pay it off completely, but don't let it just pay it off, because you are a target now for people who want to sue you. Well, what you do is that you put a good HELOC on the property, and for maybe even $500,000. Then when they check you, they think that, oh yeah, this property is maximized, so they may not sue you. Here we go. To sum it up, I'm not an attorney. You have to have advisory of an attorney, but just in this little sequence, here's what I would recommend. The number 1, get a good insurance and an umbrella policy. Put your rental properties in different LLCs. You can put your rental property first in a land trust and make your LLC beneficiary. And your quick turn properties should be in a corporation. All right, and then your own house can stay in your own name to have some benefit, but don't pay it off. Or if you pay it off, have a full HELOC just for anyone who wants to sue you, that he will see that the house is maxed. Alright, this is for today. My name is Jack Cockrell, and I hope you enjoyed this video.